Hey, hi, I'm Chris. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm doing a vlog for 1,000 days. Yeah, 1,000 days. So if you're not subscribed, a subscribe will be absolutely awesome. And today, I saw a quote the other day. It said, we are only just sinners judging other sinners for sinning differently. I forget who said it, but I thought, wow, that's quite powerful. That is quite powerful, isn't it? So, have I ever sinned? Yeah, we all have. There's nobody who hasn't sinned, I believe. Well, maybe one or two. And one in particular I can think of. You may have heard of him. We've all done things, haven't we, which we've regretted at some point. We've all done things where we thought, you know what, if I could turn the clock back, I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't. It is awful when you think, part of the human condition is to seek revenge on somebody, to do something against them because they've trespassed against us. It's I think, humanity. It's built into us. You don't see many creatures committing to revenge, do you? But then again, they tend to have their quarrel at the time, and that is pretty much the end of it. And that is nature, maybe. Maybe we need to sort of follow nature a bit more. And maybe say our piece at the time, and that's it. Leave it at that, and don't hold grudges. Move forward. Sinning, though, being bad, well, we've all done it, haven't we? We've all smashed something, broken something, yelled at someone. We've all had a discourse with somebody. We've all been upset with what they've said to us. We've said something horrible back. There's obviously many levels or different levels to sinning. And sinning, well, it's got a religious connotation to it, isn't it? But I guess I'm really talking about doing bad things. But how can you talk about bad things when you're at a place like this today? In your life, you will get people who will do bad things to you. They will be bad to you. They will say bad things. And they will do things just because they can. Because it gives them a sense of power or control over you. And if you let it, you can let that power and control dominate you, where your need and desire to sin against them grows and changes you. And I don't think you should let it. It takes a strong person to let it just wash over you, to let it just go. If you can do that, well, you truly are a powerful woman or a powerful man. To do that, to say no in the face of provocation, it takes a strong person, my friends. And I have been weak in my life at times. I have responded to the provocation. I've stood my ground at times, and I think there's a fundamental difference to that. You can stand your ground without provoking anything. Normally, standing your ground, you're doing that in the face of provocation. But allowing people to, get one over on you and turning your back, turning the other cheek, as the Bible would say, takes a strong person to do that. And when I talked about sinning earlier, like I said, there's many levels to it. And there are some things that are absolutely unforgivable. And people can sink to very low levels in terms of what their position is towards you. And that's fundamentally challenging. So if somebody's done you wrong, obviously follow the appropriate channels if it's criminal or anything like that. But if you have the capacity to ignore that and walk away and smile and live your life and be happy and put it into a tiny little box and forget about it, I think that gives you so much more back. And it is a strong person who can do that. And you've got to dig deep depending on what it is they've said or done. And it's not easy. It isn't. And I think it's something probably that you learn as you grow, as you get older. Or the more times you have it done to you. The more times somebody is hurtful, sinful towards you, it's maybe you can look back on your experience and say, actually, I'm not going to allow you to do that again. My reaction isn't going to be what you want. What you want is to me to react and be even more probably malevolent than you are. So I'm choosing not to do that. I'm choosing not to behave in that way. And you know, if I am more sinful than the original sin, then I'm probably not much better than you. And that's not the position I choose or wish to occupy. I wish to occupy a place of peace and harmony. And if you want to bring that discourse to me, then, and be sinful and say horrible things and do horrible things, well, I've got things at my disposal that I can fall back on. And not allowing that badness in your life, yeah, it's just the way forward, isn't it? So we're all sinners sinning, judging other sinners who sin in a different way. And I just thought that quote, and I don't know, for some reason I just had to talk about it, you know, I really did. It's funny, having had a background in law and understanding what offences potential people can commit, I would argue and say probably if you get to the age of 50 and have never committed a theft, if you've never inadvertently, in terms of British law, committed a burglary maybe or something like that, I don't know, it's, you know, most people probably wouldn't even know about an awful lot of offences here in the UK. So it may be very rare that somebody is without sin. That's what I'm saying, I guess. And I certainly am not. I have sinned throughout my life on occasion. When I say sin, you know, I've not committed any offences. I've not committed any crimes. I certainly haven't, you know, been so low to the level of somebody that I've wanted to hurt them. That's just not me. I abhor violence. I haven't seen so much of it. But I just thought I'd share that quote with you today. I found it interesting. Be interested to see what your comments are about people who sin against you and what your reaction has been to them when they've done that. Maybe your reaction has been just to walk away, just to turn the other cheek and do the other thing. If you've done that, that's pretty commendable in my book. And yeah, just you've got to park it and live your life. And when you're free and do your own thing and you live your life, look at what you can look at. You can look at beautiful things like this behind me. I mean, look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? That's Mountbatten Pier. The sun is shining and the sky is blue, and it's just so lovely to come out and see all this. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, subscribe would be awesome. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another vlog. And on that note, thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.